Hello, it's Christy here with greenlivingoffgrid.com, and today I'm going to talk about what to do when your hydroponic plants are starting to yellow. As you can see here, I have one here in the corner and another one here that has yellow leaves. The rest of them look pretty good, but for some reason these plants in particular are lacking in some kind of nutrient. So today we're going to talk about what that is and how you can fix it. So how did I get to this point of having yellowing plants? Well, I threw in a nutrient that I don't normally use in my spinach trays. And what I decided to do is use up a hydroponic nutrient that I used on some other plants from a couple years ago. I grew a couple years ago that I'm not going to be growing anymore. And so I thought, oh, I'll just throw that nutrient in here and see how these guys do. And I threw a little bit of fish water in here, and I thought that would give it enough nitrogen. Well, obviously, with the yellowing of my plants, something went out of balance in my system. So let's talk about what causes plants to turn yellow, leaves to turn yellow on plants. Well, there's a number of nutrients that plants need. Normally, I use the Maxi Grow General Hydroponics solution, which provides the nitrogen, the phosphate, the calcium, magnesium, the zinc, the iron, anything that you need to grow. Practically everything that you need to grow for the green growth of your plants is provided in this formula. But because I decided to go cheap and I decided to use a different formula, these plants are lacking in something. So let's talk about what that might be. One of the first signs that your plants are lacking in nitrogen is when the lower part of the leaves here turn yellow while the bigger leaves are still green. Yellowing at the base of your plant with yellow leaves is a sign of nitrogen deficiency. You can also have magnesium cause this problem, but also with magnesium deficiency you will typically have some brown spots developing. I don't have any brown spots, so I don't know that magnesium is the problem. I think my situation here is a nitrogen deficiency. Another thing that can happen to your plants when they're turning yellow, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see how the leaves are kind of curling a little bit. You can see the veins more distinctly from the rest of the plant. I've got another one that you might be able to see that better with. When the veins are distinctly green and you have yellowing around them, that's a sign of zinc or iron deficiency that can also cause yellowing in your plants. And also, when you start having some of these kinds of deficiencies, sometimes they'll turn the stalks or the stems will turn a little bit papery. So it might be lacking some of those basic nutrients. You don't need a lot of zinc or a lot of iron for these things to grow, but if you have any deficiency in that area, it can cause the veins to pop out nice dark and green while the rest of your leaves are turning yellow. So I think I may have some of that going on as well. Now, the quickest and easiest way to fix a deficiency like this where you have yellow leaves is to just dump your hydroponic water solution and start over with a good nutrient. Like I said, the General Hydroponics Maxi Grow is really good nutrients. Occasionally, I'm not able to do that if my plants have gotten too big and I have too many roots in the system. So I have another supplement that I use quite a bit for yellowing leaves when I am growing something that I can't easily change the water on. And that is this calcium nitrate supplement. And 15.500, what that means is I've got mostly nitrogen in here and some calcium. And a lot of times adding this along with a good nutrient, and again, I just do everything in kind of small, a quarter to a half dose of what I would normally do if I was just adding it to a nutrient that I normally would beef up the nitrogen in. Since I'm not sure how much the other solution provided these guys, I'm just going to add like a half dose of this Maxi Grow, which is usually 1 teaspoon per gallon of fresh water. I'm just going to add either a half teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon because I don't want to burn my plants. And then of course a little bit of this calcium nitrate solution. With this calcium nitrate solution, I usually add 1 teaspoon per gallon of water as well. But since we're just kind of supplementing what's already in there, I'm just going to do a quarter teaspoon, maybe a half teaspoon at the most, just to beef up that nitrogen. Because I think the nitrogen is the deficiency is the root cause of this yellowing, along with some potential zinc or magnesium or iron deficiency as well, that I believe the Maxi Grow will be able to supplement. So we'll see how these do with these changes. Well, here we are 2 weeks later, and as you can see, my plants are starting to come back with the additional calcium nitrate and the Maxi Grow that I added to the grow tubs. And of course the old leaves are still yellow, but you can see the new leaves have some nice dark green growth coming in here at the base. My other plants are also doing really well with the added nutrients. Still some yellowing left on those old leaves, but as long as those new leaves are coming in dark green, you know you've got the nutrients better now, and they should do well. This plant, if you remember, had quite a bit of yellow starting up, and it's got some nice dark green coming in. The other plants are doing fine. Some of them are doing super well. Probably remember some of these guys as well. Again, the old leaves are yellow, but the new ones are coming in nice and green. That's what you want to see. Your plants are going to make it if you've added the right nutrients to beef up what they were missing or what they were lacking. The calcium nitrate and the Maxi Grow. Thanks again for watching. As always, don't forget to check us out at greenlivingoffgrid.com and like and subscribe.